Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, let's go ahead and begin the show. Let's go ahead in 3, 2, 1. Here we go with the
Action!
The show. All right, here we go. I am JT Vega. I am the host of Gamerload Live on Twitch. With me is Shimmercrash. Say hello.
Yeah, everyone after a long hiatus, it's time to get back.
Yes, with episode 13 on Friday the 13th.
Oh no!
Oh no. Doom. We're doing an episode on Friday the 13th, which happens to be the 13th episode, which we haven't been on for a long while.
Yep, life got in the way, other shit got in the way, but oh well.
Yes, oh well. We just had to do a 13th episode on Friday the 13th.
Well, can you see we couldn't help ourselves to do it, but...
It's just so crazy.
Yeah, but let me tell you, today we got a lot of cool stuff to bring to the show today.
Yes, we finally are here, and we're finally doing good right now.
So much has been. We had so much to straighten out.
I know we've been doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Yep.
A lot of video gaming.
Yep.
And you see that I no longer have my face on the video. Yes, I had to get a Zach. Because it was such a really funny little thing right there. Oh, man. It's been one hell of a week, I gotta say. It was one hell of a hiatus.
It really was. I mean,
yeah, I understand that there was a lot of problems, a lot of issues that we had, but don't worry, we fixed that one.
Yep, especially Gamergate, new acquisitions in games, and a few other things we rather not mention.
Yeah, we're kind of doing some other stuff. We're probably, well, I'm still supporting Gamergate, so don't worry.
I do.
But my friend here, he's trying to stay away from it, so please leave him alone.
I've been, whatever.
You've been trying to do the show lately.
Yeah, I've been trying to get back in the show late.
I know I appreciate you coming back.
Yeah, just haven't really had the time to really beyond life and all that.
I know, because you've been playing those video games in college, balancing those two.
I'm more like getting a job, trying to get into culinary school for one thing.
I understand. It's kind of a big deal.
Yes, on with this show.
On with the show. I'm going to go ahead and begin the show with our traditional bit review, which happens to be right there. And today we're going to be reviewing Bayonetta 2.
Yep, which you'll be reviewing this time.
Yes, I'll be reviewing this time because it's actually a very good game. It's just a shame that
one I am hoping to play sometime.
Yes, and too bad that people are not buying the game.
Which is a disappointment because I heard it's actually really great.
It was a very decent game. It was actually a very decent game. The surprising part of it comes with 2 discs.
Yeah, that includes Bayonetta 1
and 2. And what they did with Bayonetta 1 was actually they did a pretty good job with Bayonetta 1. It plays just like the Xbox version that I played.
Very nice.
Except that they added new outfits for Bayonetta. Like, you can play any of the outfits that they have on the game from the Nintendo characters. Like Mario, Princess Peach, Star Fox. You get those outfits.
That is very nice.
I know, it was really good. I have to say they did an amazingly good job with the gameplay, the graphics. It was such an interesting experience because the storyline was basically okay. I'll try to explain. Basically, Bayonetta had to had a run in with the angels when she was like out shopping with Enzo. And what happened was is that she basically had she had to fight a boss, which was an angel, and of course her beast that she summoned kind of got out of control. And of course, what happens next is that Janine, who was a partner or a friend of hers, tried to save her from the beast attacking her. And of course, what happens next? She got smacked by the demon, and the demon, just took her soul out of her body and sent her to hell. And now Bayonetta has to rescue her from Inferno, but she had to do a quest by Rodan, who gave her some advice. The only way to revive her is to go to Inferno, which she had to go all the way to some island resort or some sort, or a place, and she had to go through this whole adventure just to get to the gates of Inferno, just to rescue Jean.
Very nice.
And it was actually a very good game. I have to say, the gameplay, it makes you want to play again, but they also had this mode called Climax Mode where you can play online with other players. But I just didn't like that mode because it didn't really feel like you were playing two-player mode. You're basically, fighting monsters, and the only way you had to do is by betting on how you can defeat these monsters fast.
How quick can you defeat them, huh?
You can be. It's based on how much you spend on your items that you built up.
Mm-hmm.
They also have this thing where you can buy items that boost your skills or your powers.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting game, but you have the replay value of this game. It makes you want to play again and again in order to get the stuff.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to the first Bayonetta, how does the second hold up?
It's somewhat average, but it's all right. I actually like the gameplay because it makes you want to play it again and again, and you can also try to unlock all the outfits, the gear that they give you, items. It keeps going.
Yeah. Also, also another question. I heard that with the new it features new gamepad mechanics.
Yeah, it does. They have certain types of game mechanics, like you can play with your touchpad. You can actually do the touchpad thing, or you can do the controller, which they give you a choice.
Very nice. Now, what could you do with the touchpad that you can't with the controller?
Well, they give you that option, which is the one wonderful thing. You can actually touchpad and attack.
No. What I'm saying is, what mechanics does the touchpad introduce?
It's just basically you can move it around. You can actually control Bayonetta by touching the screen.
Ah, okay, yes.
Which is what they're trying to do. It is kind of interesting. It plays just like if you ever played 3DS games.
Oh, okay, I see.
Like
now.
you could direct it to move around from one place to another. They give you it does have that option to move around a lot, and it just makes you interact with it in a way. You could jump. You can jump. You can attack if you choose to. You just have to tap on the screen, which is what they give you that option to do. Or you can press. Or you prefer, if you want to prefer the controller, or the iPad or anything. They give you that option. Or you can play with the Wii the Wii remote.
I mean, I have to say I really do want to try this game. I've been kind of skeptical about it, but hearing this from you about it, I want to play it.
Well, you got to play part 1, and then you got to play part 2.
which
to unlock everything. I made that
yeah,
mistake when I played part 2 because I wanted to play part 2 because I already beaten part 1, and
nice.
it was such a good game. Even though the storyline, they tried to make the storyline more interesting. When you try to begin the game, it started off rocky, but it was so funny and cheesy. It
I mean,
just you just couldn't help when you see when you see Bayonetta getting on an on an angel that looks like a horse, and she's just riding on there, going like "Yippee!" I was like laughing my ass off. I was just like, I was like, wow.
There's actually one thing I really like.
Even though at the beginning they started out with the scenes, the cutscenes and everything, it's like they took the long intro of the cutscene I ever played, even though it was a little bit extreme for them, but it was worth it.
I bet
it was worth it for them because it was just so ridiculous that they made this thing happen.
Nice.
I just was laughing my ass off, and they were basically putting Bayonetta, like showing her assets and everything. I was just like, even when they did the scene where she just was like spinning around, avoiding all the attacks and her dress came off and everything. It was just hilarious. It was worth watching.
Yeah. I am actually on the official Bayonetta 2 site right now. It's really cool that they feature a Samus Aran bounty hunter costume.
Yeah, they do. That's what I was
really
talking about, the outfits from Nintendo.
That is really interesting. They, as far as they seem, like you have Princess Peach, Samus, and Link.
They have several different outfits, man. It's not just that one. There's several that you can unlock in the game.
I am really looking forward to getting this at some point. This is
you
one
won't
game
be disappointed. You won't be disappointed, even though I was kind of disappointed by the online mode because it's like a versus. It's a 2-player versus, but you can actually do 2 players in the game if you choose to.
Yeah. But this is one game I'm definitely going to ask for my birthday when it rolls around.
Yeah, but the one thing about this game is that they keep talking about the frame rate drops, but I didn't really complain about it because it was still pretty good.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about in Digital Foundry they were complaining about the frame rate drops in the game. Then they say that was 60 frames per second. I just didn't really care about it. Personally, that's my preference of what they're trying to do. And I really understand that people were kind of hoping that this game would be perfect in every way. But to be honest, it was okay.
And they did. I mean, personally, if a game has flaws, that's what matters, really.
I know, and the thing is, this game actually had a lot of good good gameplay. It was worth it. It was actually it's replayable if you wanted to play it. It had almost every single thing that you would want in a game and the challenges, they offer challenges as well if you wanted to go through it, unlocking a lot of things that you can try to play to earn points and such. It was pretty fun, but the issue that I had with it was when I was playing Bayonetta, the first Bayonetta, I had a problem with the button mashing thing because when you do that little I forgot what it was called. The
quick time event. Quick time event.
Yeah, the quick time event where you had to smash into the button and try to the gauge thing.
Yeah.
You had to, but the first one they had an issue with it because whenever I try to button smash on that thing, it didn't go up as it's supposed to.
Ah, I see.
And that was like one of the biggest issues with the game that I kind of had an issue with.
I see.
Yeah, because it happened in the first Bayonetta because I was I was button mashing like crazy with X on the X button, and it just didn't work on it. It could be that my Wii U controller, my Wii U gamepad controller probably has an issue, or it just probably couldn't detect it good enough to actually to button mash it.
I see.
Because that was like one of the bigger issues that I had with when I was playing part 1 of it, and then of course part 2 kind of did a better job with it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I know. When they release a sequel, they usually try to improve on what they did in the first game a
I
lot of
know
time.
they did a reasonably good job with that game. It wasn't. I know that most people were like, "Oh, this is horrible." You know, I actually have to agree with people that it deserves a really good. They did a really decent job with this game.
And it's good to hear. Like I said, this is one I'm gonna ask for my birthday when it rolls around.
Yeah, it is worth buying because it's worthy as a collection. Because if you're a big fan of Bayonetta, yes, it is worth. It is worth
People
it.
say people also say if you're a big fan of Dead May Cry, Bayonetta's right up your alley.
Yeah, because it is worth buying, and a lot. And they actually upgrade. They actually added weapons and everything. It's not just pistols. It's swords. It's a whip. It's and heavy weapons
Yeah, I mean,
like maces and stuff. That's what they added into the game.
Yeah, Bayonetta has always been the over-the-top kind of game, which I really like.
Yeah, because
I mean, like,
they did a good job, especially when they did the breakdance move. They brought back the breakdance move, which I liked. They nerfed
nice.
they weakened it a little bit back then because I used to always spam that in Bayonetta 1, and then now in Beta 2 it's like it's a little bit weak now. Because I used to love spamming that move every time when I was playing. Because they brought back they actually bring back the moves in the game that you can actually buy.
Very nice.
But let's go ahead and my final verdict to this game, I have to say I give it an 8.5.
Very, and I can see why with all its flaws, but yet it's being such a good game. I can understand that rating.
Yeah, because if you never played this game, it comes with Bayonetta 1. It is worth buying. The collection of it,
especially to see the end cutscene of Bayonetta dancing.
Yes, yes, they actually do that in the ending with dancing on a stripper pole.
Oh my god!
Oh yes, they do. It's the same end, but except they do the Moon River. Yeah, they actually did it. They did a pretty good job with that game, especially the ending credits when they make you play the ending credits.
Very nice.
All right, my final verdict is an 8.5. It is worth buying Bayonetta because it comes with Bayonetta 1, and if you won't be disappointed if you never played Bayonetta 1, buy Bayonetta 2 on Wii U. And if it includes Bayonetta 1, it is worth buying because it is a collector's item that is worthy of buying. Even though you probably it's average gameplay, it's very fun, it's very entertaining. You may not like the storyline, but it's actually very fun and very cheesy. You'll enjoy it, you'll laugh, it is not. You won't be disappointed. I guarantee you won't be disappointed by this game because it gives you it has a lot of replay value.
Especially seeing Bayonetta herself develop as a character.
I know, and it's very interesting and it's very fun.
Very nice.
Yep, and now I'm gonna go ahead and change the subject here. We're going to go ahead and talk about Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which you want to talk about.
Yep. This recent acquisition, I actually acquired this last night. And let me tell you, compared to 3 Ultimate, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate blows it out of the water. Tons of new game mechanics. You've like 2 new weapons, which I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of. especially well the let me first talk about the two new weapons in this game. Apart from the classics that were introduced in 3 Ultimate, two new have been introduced: the insect glaive and the charge blade. Two fun weapons. I've been using insect glaive a lot in this, especially in my recent hunts. This. I just started the game and I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm still unlocking more of its modes.
And you're still trying to play it?
Yeah, I'm still trying to unlock a few things. At the moment, I am unlocking. I've already unlocked 2 members of the caravan team, and I've been improving. I've been improving on my weapons, especially the insect for the insect glaive, which in the game they refer to as a kinsect. But first, let me do a little. Okay.
Name it.
Okay. I'm actually looking at the reviews for Monster Hunter Ultimate, and turns out since last night the game has been receiving great reviews. GameSpot itself gave it 9 out of 10, and IGN gave it the same 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 for both, which actually shows that the game is doing really good since last night.
And it was just released.
Yes, and already getting a 9 out of 10 by both IGN and GameSpot.
Yeah, let me go ahead and check out some other websites here. I'm going to go ahead and check out, let's see if they have any news about Monster Hunter.
Yeah. But yeah, this game is fantastic. Even for that they said it might not hit Wii U, I can accept it being for 3DS.
Well, you got to understand I can understand why Capcom did that, because it's kind of a risky move to put it on Wii U.
Yeah, at the moment, because since 3 Ultimate I heard didn't do so well, basically being a rehash of Tri from Wii, and just with new features.
I know, and it's sad too, because a lot of people were hoping that it would happen, but it's like they said they were going to put it on Nintendo, not on Nintendo, but on PlayStation, which I heard they were going to put it on PlayStation, but that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. But yes, I can accept it just being on 3DS, because mainly for what it is, it's actually a very good game.
Well, because technically it was originally popular on handheld.
Yeah, and let me tell you. Let me go into some of the. Let me go into back to the 2 new weapons, being the insect glaive and the charge blade. I am impressed with what they did with these 2 weapons. Being able to with the insect glaive, being able to control a giant insect. With this glaive-like staff, being able to sap essences from the monsters you fight to buff yourself. That's a very unique mechanic I've never seen before in any sort of weapon in any game. That I've played basically. and the charge blade itself is really interesting. Mainly you're seeing what starts out as a giant shield and a sword, a giant sword like a paladin would use, turning when slammed into the shield, turns into a giant axe. It's a very interesting variant on the Switch axe. Which
you just like the Switch. You just like the transforming weapons.
I really do. Just something about a mechanical sort of weapon, I just find intriguing. To have a weapon with complex mechanisms. I don't know why I like that kind of thing, but I just do. But now let me go into some of the monsters of the game that I've fought so far.
Mm-hmm.
For one, they've brought back some classics, which is the Velocidrome, which was actually in past games.
Mm-hmm.
They brought back let's see. Let's see.
You're looking. You're still looking.
Yeah, I forgot one. I forgot one of the monster names. see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm on the wiki here. Now, as always, they brought back the Great Jaggy. They brought back the Rathian and Rathalos, of course, because Rathian and Rathalos have been in every game since day one. I mean, those two have been staples since the first Monster Hunter game came out. I mean, getting tongue tied here. Let's see.
Being the one game that everyone wants to play, being the one game that most 3DS players on the handheld market wants to play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just found the monster, the Yan Kutku, which was on one of the earlier titles. I mean, yeah, those were the two classic monsters I have seen they have brought back. Although they have in the large monster section, they are introducing a lot of new monsters, which I cannot wait to fight. Let's see, I'm actually gonna count these out. Like,
Mood River. Okay.
oh my god, they have like in the large monster section there are over 70 monsters in the large monster section. Then you have like of the small monsters you have like 23. That is a hell of a lot of monsters to introduce in one game.
Huh.
75 large monsters and 23 smaller. That's impressive.
That's not bad.
That isn't bad.
Plus DLCs, which are free, because that's what they always do.
Monster Hunter is very generous with this DLC.
I know you know that they're just going to give you the free DLCs and just give you added monsters and everything and added content just to make
added online quests, added challenge quest, and now the introduction of expeditions, which basically to discover new areas in the game, they introduce mechanical expeditions where you go around and explore new maps to unlock other things.
Which is kind of what they're trying to do, because I know that Capcom has, about Capcom.
Oh yeah, which they may not mean. I think this game is going to redeem them.
I hope so, because a lot of people were complaining about. I don't know. Some people liked it. Some people actually liked it Resident Evil on PC.
Oh my god!
Yes, the HD version.
No, get this. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. They brought back a classic, a true classic from the PSP days.
Mm-hmm.
They brought back the Keyring.
Huh.
They brought back the unicorn. Holy crap! Oh, by the way, speaking of the 75 large monsters,
mm-hmm.
that is including their subspecies. Yes, they finally brought back the Keyring. That's one monster I never got to fight back in the day.
That's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
They must have really wanted to make.
They went all out. Looks like they did go all out for this one.
They really researched that whole game. They made sure that they didn't hold back on it.
Yeah, and I think what they wanted to do was appeal to past fans too.
I think it's more of a revival, because I know that most fans want to buy this game because it's a very popular game, but the thing is, Capcom, come on. You got to understand. Even people had an issue with Street Fighter.
Yeah, and not mention right now, from what I hear, Monster Hunter right now has a huge following in China these days.
Yeah, I heard about it. The online game.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just starting to get big here in the U.S. I mean, I know I had a lot of buddies who played it back in college.
I know, and it's sad. You know what? I wish they would release the online game for
PC.
For PC, so that people would actually play it. But unfortunately, Capcom's like, no, we're not going to touch that because it's too difficult to. Because they don't want to, spend the money for the IP.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I mean, at least they're trying with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
I know
At
they're
least it's
starting small with the console market.
yeah. I mean, but yeah, but I'm saying Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. This game is impressive all around. I mean, for even I played it like half of the night last night after I got home after the midnight release, and I've been playing it ever since I got up. I mean, this game blows me away more than 3 Ultimate ever did.
Yeah, most people are kind of.
But
Let's
not
just
oh,
say, let's just say they love Monster Hunter. They love the Capcom games,
hmm
but that's pretty much what they have. That's the only thing that's going to make them money now.
yeah, and I think what they do with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is they're trying to redeem themselves by making a better game. I mean, that's just my personal view on it, but I really hope Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate puts Capcom back on the map. I mean,
Yeah, because I hope this saves them, because I'm
I
pretty
really
sure
do
with all
because
the 40 million people who own, how many people actually own a 3DS? 40 million?
at least
Or
40
really
million.
40 or 45 million probably, because I know that people own a 3DS. A lot of people do. I'm sure I do too.
Actually, this is a personal bias of mine, but I mean, not really a personal bias, but
Mm,
a personal view. But for anyone who wants to get into Monster Hunter franchise, 4 Ultimate I think is the way to go.
yeah.
Because
Is it really that easy to control now?
yeah, I mean, they've changed up the control scheme a bit. They've smoothed out a lot of flaws that 3 Ultimate had, and yeah, they've smoothed out so much of the gameplay. I mean, one of the things I really like about it, that it's kind of a small thing, but in 4 Ultimate, the climbing is a lot better because like there apart from just being a climb in okay. In 3 Ultimate, there was only a few specific spots in the game where you can climb. But with the 4 Ultimate, you can climb almost anywhere on the terrain, and actually able to move around the map faster than you ever did in 3 Ultimate. Now,
That's
yeah,
interesting.
but being able to move around the map faster allows you to actually catch up to the any monster you're fighting faster.
Hmm.
But I think this is both the next thing I'm about to bring up is both I think a good thing and a bad thing. That is there's no in 4 Ultimate apart from 4 Ultimate apart from 3 Ultimate there was no underwater combat in this one. Most people like the underwater combat in 3 Ultimate, while some people say they didn't. I kind of hated it and I kind of liked it.
I when I played it, I was like, this is actually okay. This is actually pretty easy. It's just problem
Yeah.
is I just can't find people to play with.
Yeah, but yeah, with there being no underwater now that For Ultimate has no underwater combat, I know some people are going to be disappointed not being able to fight on not on being able to fight just on land. Personally, I can take it both ways.
What, you can fight
Basically,
on water?
yeah, I mean basically fighting underwater. I found it fun through Ultimate, but there were some restrictive things about it.
Yeah, there was
That's
some restricting things about it on the water.
but personally, all around, I think the reviews are right. Nine out of 10, but 9 out of 10 from GameSpot and IGN. I think it's a fair trade off. I mean, I think it's a fair review. And not mentioning even Best Buy gave it a 5 out of 5.
Hmm.
Best Buy gives it 5 out of yeah. Best
A
Buy
5 out of 5.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's actually coming from them. That's actually not bad.
I guess it is a worthy purchase.
Yeah. To end end my little critique and my little chat about this, if for those of you who are getting a Monster Hunter, get 4 Ultimate. It's purely the way to go. I mean, then if you want to go back to Past House 3 Ultimate, because 3 Ultimate is a little bit harder than this one, but it's about the fun of it, really. I mean, because mainly what makes the Ultimate harder is just the underwater combat. But still, I mean, For Ultimate just presents the same level of challenge all around. But yeah, I have basically said my piece. So on to
All
the
right.
next thing.
All right, on to the next thing, which we'll be talking about, is the news, which is Xenoblade Chronicles X.
I hear for 3DS owners, it's going to be a bad thing because it's only going to work for the new 3DS.
Actually, that's for the Xenoblade Chronicles.
Hmm?
Actually, it's for the
Oh,
Xenoblade
yeah.
Chronicles game. This is Xenoblade Chronicles X, which they're putting it on Wii U.
Oh yeah, I keep getting the two mixed up.
Yes, now you can go ahead and talk about the 3DS version since you brought it up.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine last night who works up at GameStop. She said that for those who are owners of the normal 3DS, you're gonna be disappointed because it's gonna be only gonna be available and work with the new 3DS XL.
Yeah, man, well, that's actually pretty good news there, because they've
Yeah,
been trying so hard for a while to make it work on. But I heard that the new 3DS, they were going to try to they're going to amp up the power on that thing.
yeah, but with the second thing about the new 3DS XL, it doesn't come with a charger.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, you have to use the one you got from your old 3DS, from what I hear. And I also heard that if you use a third-party charger with the new 3DS XL, it voids the warranty.
Wow, that bad?
Yeah, basically, that's what I hear.
That's the
Yeah,
issue with it.
yeah. If you use a third-party charger with the new 3DS model, they say it's going to void the warranty.
I don't see how.
But there is a good news. There's a piece of counteractive good news. I think there is a brand of charger that you can get for the new 3DS XL.
Mm-hmm.
If the charger damages, I think it's the GameStop brand one. But if the charger damages your system in any way, the one people who made the charger, I think they said will replace replace your system free of charge.
Huh.
But
But
yeah,
they,
I just wanted to bring that up really quick.
yeah, right now I'm
Yeah.
getting messages.
Like what are people saying?
Uh, not nothing much. Just it's just my private stream. Uh,
Uh,
it's my stream group.
cool.
Yeah,
But yes,
yeah, that I just
would-
joined for a while back. It's on YouTube.
cool. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up about the new 3DS and Xenoblade Chronicles. I wanted to bring that up really quick.
That's
before we
fine,
continue.
man. At least it's good. That is
Yeah,
good enough.
I mean, because it has some relevancy from what I heard last night.
Yeah, here's some interesting stuff about Xenoblade Chronicles that everyone is talking about right now. Such it's such an interesting game. Plus the installation for the Wii U version, which I wish there's also some good news about it on the Wii. Right now, they're bringing back Wii games on Wii U, which you can download.
Yeah, yeah. There's a download Virtual Console and all that.
Yes, and the one thing I liked about it is that they brought Mario Galaxy 2.
Which was actually a personal favorite of mine.
Yes, and they're bringing that out for download, which is actually good news right there, and a lot of other games, which I hope they will bring out. Because a lot of people were like begging Nintendo to do this, and yet they never do.
They never do.
And I'm like, why?
I'm actually hopping on to something stuff about the Xenoblade Chronicles X. Turns as I hear, Xenoblade Chronicles X shows off a wider range of character customization.
I know, and the one thing I liked about it is the beautiful landscape that you can travel through.
And later, the mechs look really cool.
I really want to play that game because it's Monster Hunter with mechs.
It truly is.
That's what I told a friend about this. It's like you honestly don't get it. It's Monster Hunter with mecha, and it brings you back to the old days when you played the RPG of Xenoblade. Xenogears,
I'm
actually.
still
Xenogears, sorry. It's like I lost my
I'm
train
still
of
looking
thought.
for. Yeah, I'm still looking for the Xenoblade. I'm still looking for Xenoblade on Wii U right now. I mean, for Wii right now, normal one.
It's
Xenogears.
hard. It's hard to find that, dude, because it's a very rare game. I know someone who can provide you the copy, but you're gonna have to borrow it from him.
Oh yeah.
Jesse.
Hmm.
Jesse has the copy of the game.
Oh man, I have to look. I'll have to look him up and see if I can borrow it.
Yeah, because he's the only one who has it, and so does Marcus.
Ah.
And I know he has the copy of the game, and the only copy I have is I'm thinking about buying the next No More Heroes 2.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles, yeah, for Wii, I'm really looking for
I
that.
heard rumors that they were going to put the installation requirements for it is 25 gigs because it's like an MMO slash. Because you can play online. I heard the online features are on it too.
But I'm actually, let's see, I'm literally looking up stuff on it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they said for Xenoblade Chronicles X, it's going to be released sometime this year.
Yes, this year in May 31st. I think it was March
Very
or
nice.
May.
I'm definitely going to look forward to getting that.
I'm looking forward to because I heard they're going to release it in either May or March 31st. Let me go ahead and check because I know that I had the news right here. Because according to my sources, Target leaked the information.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the article right now.
Yeah, because let's see. Let me look. All right, view.
May 31st, 2015.
Yes, May 31st, 2015, which is what they're going to release it at. Which
Yeah,
I'm impressed with the game. I might buy it, but I don't know how well it's gonna be. It's gonna turn out in this area because I know that Nintendo's struggling with sales.
Yeah.
And right now, I know Ubisoft was like, no, we're not going to release any games on it because the Wii U's been struggling to sell, and it didn't really do well in the market.
Ever since Shigeru Miyamoto kind of fucked up with that.
Because he didn't market it well enough. He was like,
Yeah,
I'm going to market it on I'm going to market it only on YouTube, not on TV, YouTube, since the year one of 2013.
And it wasn't until months after Wii U's release I heard about it. It wasn't until months after. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, back to Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from what I'm seeing of it, it looks awesome.
Well, someone actually is asking a question here. I'm sorry if I didn't pay attention. They're saying those Luigi and RPG games, but with Wario and Luigi. No, we're talking about. What are my thoughts about that game? It's still available, and I still remember the freaking stars. Nothing but stars. You had to get stars.
And though I really can't answer your question, man, because I really haven't played it myself. I mean, I'm not much for the Mario and Luigi kind of guy. If you follow what I play on the shows, I mostly play RPGs.
And he's talking about the Mario. He's talking about the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mostly don't play. I mean, I really can't help you out with that one because, like I said, I mostly play RPGs and stuff. I mean, Mario and Luigi are just not my kind of characters. No offense.
Yeah, well, we're talking about Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Which is what we're trying to talk about. It's kind of a big deal because my thoughts about this RPG is they are working their asses off. Monolith Soft is working their asses off to make this game happen because this is Nintendo's only hope.
apart from what they have on the 3DS, yes.
Yes, because right now they have Xenoblade on 3DS, which they're planning to release, and also Xenoblade Chronicles, which is coming out. Xenoblade Chronicles X on Wii U.
And actually, from what I hear, Xenoblade Chronicles X is basically what happened before Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah,
from what I've heard.
And it's a very interesting game. I might buy it. I might try to play this game because
I'm not myself, because I mean, like, apart from what I really want to get more games for my Wii U.
I know it's actually a very good game, and I when I was looking at the previews of the game, I was like, it plays just like Xenoblade Chronicles, but it's like an MMO.
Yeah.
But now they added the mecha, which is like, yes, I want to play this because I haven't played a good mecha game in a long while, and
personally, the mechs to me look like something right out of Armored Core.
Yeah, and that's what I liked about that game because it was actually a very good game.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm looking at the mechs, I'm looking at the environments on screenshots and such. Wow, I'm actually really impressed. I mean, like I said, they look at Armored Core mechs and kind of like the environment, like this whole game. I mean, from what I see, it's going. I hope it launches. I hope the launch goes well. I hope it plays well, and I really hope it. I really hope it saves Nintendo's butt in the Wii U area,
because they definitely need the sales. They definitely need people to buy this system. But the problem is, they're not marketing it well enough to actually make people impressed enough to buy the system. Already, they gave up on the white 8 gig version of the Wii system because there were so many problems that people don't realize about the white system.
I have the black system myself, so I have the higher gig one.
Yeah, luckily you do, because the other one I had had minor issues, but I had to learn how to adapt to it, because the fact that if you overload it when it goes up to 3 gigs, if you have 3 gigs on it, that's the limit it can handle. I had to freaking transfer all the data to the freaking hard drive, because that thing would easily freeze up every time you overload the data on the thing.
Which sucks in itself.
On the memory. On the internal memory.
Oh, by the way, also I am looking up something on using external storage for Wii U. Mm-hmm. You can actually use an external USB for it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, for those
that's what I use. That's what I use. But you have to have a powered one, because the USB ports on the Wii U are not that powerful enough to detect the Wii U. Because I had to freaking use a freaking power port just to make my freaking old hard drive work on it.
Yeah, I want to get. I'm gonna probably get like a full terabyte external hard drive for mine.
All right, but I gotta say, this game, I just hope this game really succeeds.
Does well,
because I looked at it, I was like, I'm impressed. I want to buy this game. It plays just like it plays almost just like any other game that you would play on. Like, for example, Phantasy Star Online. It plays just like that, except you have mecha. You have robots that you can ride in there and fight monsters and shit. It's awesome.
I know.
And you can drive, transform. You can get on the freaking. You can even ride on the freaking water with that mecha.
And I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, this is. I hope like it sells well. Because I am definitely going to get that when it comes out.
I hope so too. It seems like an interesting game. All right.
I mean, yeah. It is. I mean, like I said, I'm looking at some of the images right now. I mean, the environments are beautiful. The characters are really cool looking. I mean, this also has like a little bit of appearance of Xenosaga to it in its cockpit, like the mech cockpits. Looks something out of Xenosaga.
That's interesting.
Yeah, with with that sort of floating kind of thing.
I know, especially the freaking city.
Yeah.
Because I really want to explore that world. I really do want to check it out. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and begin with the last subject here that we're going to do for the show, which is Defiance, which you were talking about.
Yes, Defiance.
Which,
Let me tell you, a lot of people hated on this game in the past. I mean, it's for PC, PS3, and 360.
mm-hmm.
It's basically following the show that appeared on Sci-Fi.
Which I heard so much about it. I might play with you if I ever get the chance to download it.
Yeah, I mean, they have improved on this game so much. I mean, you're not getting constantly kicked off. You're not getting the lag you used to get. And as of like I think last year, they finally revived the show by bringing up the third season.
Yeah, because I saw the first and the second season. I only got to see like a couple episodes, and then they ended it to where what's her name just.
Yeah, Arissa.
Yeah, Arissa trying to destroy the world, but she couldn't.
Yeah, but I've got to say, Defiance, the Defiance game they have done so much to improve it. I mean, the community is getting big. And in the way of connectivity, like I said, you're not getting kicked off or disconnected constantly.
Like they used to.
I know they had that problem in the past with that, which put a lot of people off.
I know, and I remember they were selling that game.
Mm-hmm.
They were selling that game, and then they made it into a free to play. I was like, wow, that bad.
Yeah, and I think free to play was their best move they had to make. I mean, not mention their what I really like is they maintain their servers daily. The downtime is only like 30 minutes to an hour every time they go down for maintenance. Which is daily, which is early in the morning around 3:30 a.m. when the server load is not that big. Also,
yeah.
they do have some issues they still have to fix, which is some enemies respawn faster than you can fight them. There are areas that does happen. That's the only problem I have with. I mean, because like I had to literally get help from my half brother just to get through one part of the game,
and he couldn't really.
Had actually where you had to like go protect a couple miners while they restart their generators and such.
That's interesting.
Like when kind of these bandits, like I would kill one and 10 more would pop up in its place. Like holy crap! I mean, it pissed me off for a while because I couldn't figure out how to get through this without getting myself killed a lot. But I mean, this in itself is mostly not a solo game. You probably just need people to play with it. I mean, not me because I have my half brother. Since I have my half brother to play with, I was able to get through that area a lot faster.
That's good.
But the game is excellent despite very few flaws.
I know a lot of people were complaining about the fact that AI wasn't really smart enough or was just too stupid.
Yeah, the AI in my opinion is just semi-dumb AI.
And now it's challenging now.
It actually is challenging now. I mean, I think with a little code rewriting, I think the AI can be improved a lot more.
Yeah, because I heard a lot of stuff about it that they had a lot of issues with the game because considering that the AI was very bad and they couldn't really do a good job with it. That most people were kind of like, no, I'm not gonna buy into it because it's not really a good game, and I know that most people were like, it looks good. It kind of reminds you too much like Gears of War in a way.
I can get where they're coming from with that. It does have that sort of style to it. But I mean, all in all, the game, like I said, ever since the game's conception a couple of years ago, they've done loads to improve it, and I think free to play was their best move, since mainly I mean you don't need a cash shop to go through this game, like most other free to play MMOs do. Because I know I know Runes of Magic, which is also another free to play, depends heavy on the cash shop. But with Defiance, you can get through it without spending any money. I mean, you certainly had to work a little harder, but that's just the hallmark of a good game when you had to work a little we have to work a little bit to get through a game. I mean, Defiance is one of those games that shows like you don't have to use a cash shop to actually beat it. I mean, this game all is a community game. You have to play with other people to get through it. You know,
I know, and
that's the thing.
the thing about that game is that um, I understand that that a lot of people were talking about it, and I seen a lot of videos of it. And to be honest with you, I thought the game was okay, and then suddenly, when you do the little freaking crash, you see the little crashes and monsters showing up, just fighting them. It was okay, but when they do the dungeons and everything, I'm like, these dungeons are really horrible.
There are a lot of parts in the dungeons where like the AI takes a little bit too much of an advantage with the cover. That was a little piss off point for me.
Yeah,
Because
because I
I'm like, dude, like, get your head out here. Let me shoot your ass.
I know, and a lot of people were basically talking about this game a lot. It was very interesting to see how they did it with the show, and I was like looking at it, going like, okay, that does sound okay. When they try to introduce like missions from the show, and it's like, all right, that's
Yeah.
fine.
And not to mention, one of the things I do like about it is you level a little fast. You level a little fast and very little grinding.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know
like,
it's kind of the thing that most people were talking about the grinding. It's like, okay, I got to shoot this to kill these things and level, and I'm like,
hmm
you know what? I think I could convincing me to try to help you out, aren't you? You want
yeah,
me to be I
yeah. I
probably,
mean, like
but
this.
I just don't like the free to play stuff. It's sometimes you grind out and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and this game is not grind heavy. It is not. I mean, yeah, and there are times when where there are times when I find myself like just waiting for the next for the next little event, field event to happen, because I find it fun. Because there's what I really do. Another thing I like about the game, there are enemies that are weak to certain weapons, certain elemental weapons.
You
Like,
really wanna see the TV show when they do introduce the missions.
yeah, it makes you want to actually watch the show along with the game.
Yeah, because
That's
I heard a lot of rumors about the game that they said that this was going to be a total failure, which I kind of agree with them on it because of what happened. Because a lot of players were like, they said that this was going to be the WoW killer of all killers, but it didn't happen
yeah,
because they were marketing
like
this game heavily on sci-fi, and they were doing the best they could to make people, feel welcomed in the community. But at the same time, it just didn't feel that way. It just
yeah.
really, I like the TV show, but I didn't like the MMO.
And it nearly went the way of a cult hit game. It nearly went to that because at one point it merely, and like I said, it hit toward the point of a cult following, but with the resurgence, but it hit a resurgence at some point and became part of the main, and became at one point semi part of the mainstream.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy it, but it just doesn't seem like when they talk about this game being horrible, it's like, I like the TV show. The TV show's fine. I just don't like the MMO because of what they tried to do with that MMO. It was like, I don't like it. I don't care for it. Leave me alone.
Yeah, but yeah, but personally, the game is not that bad. I mean, if you have, it's a game where you have to have friends to play it with.
All
Because you
right.
can't. There's a lot of things you can't solo in the game.
I know, and I heard so much about this game that people hate it. It's like,
Let me tell you. I mean, those are most people who haven't really played much of the game.
yeah. And I heard so much about it. It's just funny.
But yeah, I mean, here's my final verdict on the whole thing. For if I recommend giving this game at least a try, give it at least a chance.
I'll give it a chance if it goes to that. I'll give it a chance. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and look it up, and I'm gonna download it right now.
Yeah, I recommend going. I recommend going through Steam and
Right now,
I
I'm
recommend
going through Steam. I'm going through Steam
Yeah.
right now.
There is a little extra side to downloading on Steam. You have to go through both. You have to go through two third party, Steam and Glyph. So you have to use a Glyph account at the same time.
A Glyph account.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, this is like for all of you out there who haven't played the game. Like I said, you have to go for both the Steam and a Glyph account to get to the game.
All right.
But let me tell you, once you get through all the bullshit, I guarantee you, there are people who will like this. There are people who will not. All
All right.
depends on your point of view. But
All right. I'm gonna try it out, and if next episode, I'll decide whether or not it's worthy of playing again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
I look
download
forward
it. I'm going to download it right now, but I'm going to pause right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pause it because right now I'm just going to pause because right now I don't want to, lag out the show here because right now I am downloading.
Yep. As I say, time for commercial break.
Yeah. Right now I just lagged.
I heard it.
And I really do enjoy this conversation. It's good to see that you're back in action, me and you, Shimmer Crash and JT Vega. Right now we're gonna go ahead and go. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Even though it was boring, a boring conversation between two guys that talk about this, it's glad to see that we made episode 13 happen on Friday the 13th. Thank goodness.
Yep.
With no...
Well, hey, yeah. Well, hey, we'll see you next week. And let me tell you, I look forward to your verdict on Defiance, man.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and decide whether or not if it's a good game or bad game. So I'm going to go ahead and go. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Signing out.
Signing out.